and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray. As the moon's silver light guides our way, we begin again. We begin again.
I didn't know Soki had it set that when he joined rooms, it just yells Tomb Squad. I'm so happy about that. We're working on making that one of the sounds that we can do cards for.
I have a sound. We just gotta.
Yeah, we
make it.
we gotta make the card, and also I feel like we can't do the Tomb Squad sound effect unless Tomb Squad's playing. That seems like the rules. But what do I know? Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of Moonstruck Saga. We are on the moon. In case you guys aren't aware, the moon is a giant spaceship. It appears to be, at least, or it's working like a computer. Things that we've seen tons of little creatures that are somewhere between living creatures and just computer parts, like data. Keep that in mind, please. Just in case anybody, like, does any shooting. Or, like, we're not killing things if it happens. This is me getting ahead of it. But, so we're on the moon, we're on the dark side of the moon. And yeah, let's just get into it. No? No? My bad. Okay. So we've got some new cards, obviously. You guys might have seen them. They're hilarious. They're some of my favorite cards that I've made in a while. We have a decent proposal. Alian comes up to one of you with a item that he would like you to find for him. It is not particularly a game. It just influences all the games that character is in until you find that item. We have Quick Trip. Quick Trip is a fragmented card. Once you get 5 of them and you play it, we're going to start an RP with our RP leaders wherever we have access to in the world. So, like right now, we can't go to Virtuoso because the crew doesn't have access to Virtuoso. But once it gets shown, by all means. Like if you want to go fishing in the Big Blue, that's the card we want to do. It's a common, you just need 5 of them. Once you get them, we'll start it. And it will be canon, and it will have weight for the world. Then we have Bingo Lucky Break. As soon as if something breaks, you can play the Bingo Lucky Break, and the next roll will be a 20, or if you have like a reason that breaking is useful to the crew, then pitch that to us, and we can incorporate that. If you use the Bingo Lucky Break, though, whatever broke cannot be fixed. Unfixable from that point on. Then we have Crew Compliment. Compliment a member of the crew. And then they get a +1 on the next roll. That can stack, but you do have to compliment the crew. Like, I need to see the full compliment, or else it doesn't count. And then, of course, we've all been talking about it, we have Mining for Fish. Now, Mining for Fish gives you a... Who's R?
Oh, thank you.
But Mining for Fish gives you a crafting item from the location we're at. You can only play it when you're in a game and in a spot. And then you can get an item. I have lists of things that we can get. Yeah. And then, of course...
Apparently it's Rico.
Streamlabs is drunk. And of course, you guys have seen it. We've done it a couple of times now. Thank you all so much for your help. Like, we're a little cash deficient, you might say. So every $20, we're gonna give 2 cards to everybody in the community. That everybody being those that are here.
The ones that click.
The ones that click the link.
The links are being collected in the workshop.
Oh, and the links are being collected in the workshop, Nika says. Alright. Fruit compliment is adorable. Everybody compliment each other. Alright, yeah, so we have Cass, played by Cowboy.
Howdy.
We got Patagon, played by Sept.
Hello, everyone.
We have Pollux and Castor, played by local celebrity and resident Pokemon expert, also surprisingly thyroid expert, Vala.
Hi.
And we got Officer Tlalli, played by Trixie.
Hey.
Excellent. I fucking love it. Wait, where's my... There we are. Okay. So as we start this game, Cash, all of the alarms are going off everywhere. We are on the ship. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the ship, don't worry, I've completely lost the map page that I had it on, so don't worry about it. Wait, I can do it. This is our ship. These are the friends that we've made on the way. This right here is Fancy. This is Daydream. This is Vision. And this is Whim. And this one is Figment. Figment is the princess of the moon.
I like the whale.
Whim is great. Whim is currently in a casual relationship with Blueberries. According to Blueberries. I have no reason to doubt him. There's one here, but we have not. We did not meet them. So, we know that there are also little onion people on the moon, called aliens, and also called drakes. But so we're on the moon, and Cass, you're the first to see all of the alarms go off. I'm going to read the message one more time.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the wrong page. Give me a second. Okay. As Cass enters the room, the screens flicker around him flicker to life. A low humming sound fills the air as lines of text begin to scroll across every screen, casting an eerie glow. It says as follows. Warning, system anomaly detected. Lunar diagnostics failure. Infection alert. Flora and fauna compromised. Infection spreading. Apparition offline. Containment impossible without an apparition. Urgent. Reactivate apparition to initiate containment protocols. Seek source immediately. Message will repeat.
He just
Go ahead.
just flicks his communicator on real quick. Just calls Peanut over. Peanut. I think we have a problem.
Peanut comes in and he just like looks at it. Then immediately picks up, like, hits his comm. He's like, "Can I get the communications team in the Mystician's laboratory, please?" No rush.
On my way, and it sounds like it might be a rush.
It's like, no, just I think it's every screen all across the entire ship is repeating this message over and over again. So Pollux and Castor, you're coming too, I'm assuming?
Mhm.
Excellent. So you all see these screens and they are repeating this message over and over again. And Peanut just looks at you two, 3, and he's just, "Can you tell where this is coming from? It's telling us to seek the source, or locate the source." The Musician's Lab is mostly fixed up, and also you guys do have a communication set up here. It's just a little cramped. Ceylon designed these labs very much like a switchboard that records vibes.
Source is sort of, a little bit vague, but I think we can use a form of triangulation to at least reduce the area that we'll need to search. Hopefully, yeah,
Peanut hops up on one of the stools, and he's very much he puts one of the headphones over one ear, and he's just pressing buttons he knows what he's doing. He looks very much like Oh, also, Trixie, we roll D12 on the moon instead of D20. Just a heads up. And he's just all right, how are we gonna triangulate this? Very much super leaning in to the outer space vibe for Peanut. Also, the last couple days of Peanut, he has been very happy.
I'm wondering, Pollux and Castor, do we know where they placed the antenna that we're using to record our vibes and vibe checks here? Because we might need to rotate those and just, kind of do a sweeping scan, maybe.
I'm sorry, it cut off from me right there. Can you repeat that real quick, Sept?
I was just wondering if we knew where the antennas were for our vibes and vibe checks here, because we might be able to do a sweeping scan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think some of the tentacles in the front of the ship can hold tuning forks, and those are our antennas. You see Peanut clicking a couple of things, and the whole ship kind of vibrates as two huge tuning forks are being held way up above the ship by its tentacles. It's all set.
Should we get ear protection or something?
Is it gonna be loud? Peanut does just take his earphone and put it over his other ear as well.
Castor's got his headphones on.
Cats is just gonna double up his hands on his ears.
You cover Frog's ears.
It's
Pollux is covering his own ears.
Alright, Patagon, can you give me 2d12? One for you and the other one because you actually used we have. You can do them one at a time if you want to, but... Okay, so... 7 is adventure. Or moon. So... You feel it, radiating... the whole ship starts humming with these tuning forks. And there's a discordant sound in it, Patagon. Absolutely. Not everybody can hear it. Pollux and Castor and Patagon, you two are definitely equipped to hear this. It is almost the SOS sound is coming from right here. The warning is coming from there and is being sent all over the moon. Everything on the moon, if it has a way of hearing this, can hear it. Oh, you think that's a hole?
I think it's a lake by the looks of it.
It looks vaguely
Lurid, no.
body to me.
Sorry, what was that, Tlalli? It looks vaguely like a...
Body.
Could be a lake, could be a hole, could be a body. But we do have a map of the dark side of the moon. Like, once we got there, we were able to, like, more or less get the layout of it. We have met with Delusion. Wait, was it Delusion? What did I name that one? Yeah, Delusion. Delusion is at the bottom of this hole. Delusion is in charge of keeping the balance on the moon.
Hmm.
Was Trance. Oh, we named... Oh, alright. So, well, yeah, that one's Trance. I named it Delusion before I decided that was going to be Trance. Delusion's a different one.
Ooh.
Mm. So we... Peanut's just like, excellent. Like, takes off his earphones. And it's just like, is this just gonna keep going? He looks over at Patagon asking.
Your guess is as good as mine, but it sounds like it's definitely on a loop. So the sooner we go there, the sooner we can shut it off. Maybe.
Excellent. That basically looks like a maze of crystals from our information. It's like, Tlalli, do you think you and Frog could navigate this area?
Let me try.
That's all we could ask. It's like, Cass, the warning about flora and fauna being infected has me a little concerned.
So you want me to bring out like the big guns?
I'm not sure if we need big guns, but
Depending on the infection, perhaps it's something that we can cure.
I like where your head's at, Pollux and Castor. He like pats Pollux and Castor on the shoulder and then looks over Pollux and Castor's shoulder and looking at Cass and being like, he mouths, "Bring your guns."
He just nods.
He's just like, he's like, gather any supplies that you need. I'm gonna need to send you out immediately. You can bring... We have like a myriad of supplies, so just let me know what you're bringing, and you can bring it no problem. Like, if you want a vehicle, we do have the moon buggy. We also have, we have supplies to like read the vibes, like little crystal backpacks that you guys could bring. Anything you want. You guys can make things up too. Somebody's outside our apartment making a bunch of weird noise.
Well, I'll definitely grab one of those crystal packs. I'm definitely one for doing vibe checks.
Patagon. It's like a backpack for the right. In my head, it looks a lot like the proton packs from Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Or photon packs from Ghostbusters, but with a lot of like crystals going on. And because Vatna said it yesterday, the end is like a microphone with a receiver. So like you can do that spy hearing thing from a distance.
Cass is gonna take his bandolier and his guns, and Do those backpacks also count as storage or no? They're just proton packs.
Oh, they
For
are
freedom.
completely full of
Okay.
crystals, and just for the record, just in case it happens to come up, they do have metal on them. Just in case you go anywhere near water, don't go into water on the moon with anything metal.
I heard something about shrimp.
Peanut sitting there with like a whole bunch of cocktail sauce. It's just like, I'm very excited about shrimp.
Mhm.
So we can just get right there. So this is alright, so remember we're going here. It is to the Sentinels and to like once you get used to the moon. This is called the Crystal Garden.
Ooh.
Ooh, pretty.
Fancy.
And all of these crystals are lighting up. Now, you all will be have been made aware that the crystals are organic's a strong word, but natural arising information holders. They're basically giant USB sticks that we don't know how to read, but we know that they store massive amounts of information. Upon approaching this area, all of these crystals are glowing. And it just looks like a field of light bulbs turned on, basically, like glow sticks.
Is it like so bright that we have to like hold our hands up to it, or?
I think it's
Oh, is it-
like in my head, I've been picturing like fluorescent lights. So like you can look at them, but it's just kind of annoying. And they are definitely all humming. This is just the outside of it. Tlalli, without any rolls, you can already tell that it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to navigate this thing. Some of these crystals are so close to each other that you guys are going to have to like squirm over them to get through. But the signal is from deep inside it. It is roughly, I think. Yeah, you have to get through about 20 miles of crystals in order to get where you're trying to get.
We better start now.
I might leave Frog here because it's gonna be hard for him to get through the crystals.
Big Frog sigh. Regurgitate the beanbag chairs, just start sitting on it.
Oh, how's that beast statue doing?
How is that statue? Okay, hold on. Like, Frog just like unrolls his tongue, and there is. I don't know if anybody else sees it, and it's just like hisses. It's just like, why are we on the moon?
Well, because Captain told us to.
We were invited.
It's like this, and like it burns. The moon is so bad for me. Put me back in the frog.
Yeah, I just shove it back in the frog mouth.
Like, I think while it was out in the light, you could see smoke rising off of it.
That's interesting.
Huh. We're gonna need to investigate that further.
If you want to do a little vibe check on it, Patagon, you've got the materials to do it. If you want to give me 2d12. Oh,
Well, that's
a 1 and a 5. That's rough.
it's rough.
Unfortunate.
I think you all of these little flowers. Hold on. These little flowers here. Woo! I'm grabbing the map. Like, get a little bit bigger. And the vibe of that very particular Patagon, you recognize this vibe. Like that vibe is hell. That statue shares the exact same energy that hell has. And there's a moment where all of these crystals flash red and then like they die back down into their blue coloring, but you all get like a little jump scare of a scream. And it's not a scream that came out of anybody's mouth, but what if a crystal could scream?
That's very disturbing.
Same time
But
when I
it's-
bring that out.
So, all of these lights, Pollux and Castor and Cass, like while that's happening, the little lights, much like eyes, turn and look at all of you.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, they seem angry.
Ah,
Pollux and Castor just staring.
like they're staring back. You guys want to study them or just kind of like keep your distance from them?
Can't we study at a distance?
Yeah, absolutely. You will get limited knowledge from a distance, but like for sure, how you like? What are you doing with the study? Just like with your eyes, or
Yeah, I guess at a distance it would mainly be eyes. If they got closer, they could definitely do like sound or smell too.
Closer if you guys want. I'll take the danger.
Pollux and Castor and Cass, can you two give me 12-siders real fast? And then, yeah, also Trixie, Tlalli, you give me a 12-sider too. We'll all be studying.
That really
Dude.
was like hanging on the edge between 10 and 2 there.
It really was like a 10 and 2 situation.
Oh.
So, Pollux and Castor, as you stare, like as you're trying to like look at it, it feels like it's meeting all 4 of your eyes. And just staring back unblinkingly. And you see just and like the sounds that you're picking up are screams. Just
Oh.
absolute terror is like going through these crystals. The humming is turning into screams of fear. Absolutely no joy. You now 100% can always tell the difference between screams of happiness and screams of fear.
Okay.
And you see these flowers growing into the crystals. They have little vines that are creeping their way in between cracks in the crystals that are very clearly new, and they are opening the cracks. And this one grows, and the top of the crystal just shears right off and falls to the ground. Cass, like I'm gonna say, you looking at this one. What kind of studying is Cass doing? This is the broken spot, by the way. This is what this one is. It is broken and falling onto the ground.
I would say he uses speak with the trees.
Oh, before you do that, I'm gonna give everybody the heads up that I gave everybody about the speaking with animals after they tried it. None of these are actually trees or
Mm.
actually plant life, and none of the animals are actually animals that you can communicate with that way. But we can give it a shot. They will give you some information, but just so you know that they're not really trees.
Ah. Yeah. In that case, then I'd say Cass just looks over the shattered spot, but he's able to kind of get closer.
Yeah, absolutely. It it looks very similar to some of the crystals that we've already seen as it is crashed off, though the plants are growing into the top of it, and you see what looks like red roots, very much like nerves, creeping into the crystal. And you got a 10, so I'll give it to you. Once in a while, you see what appears to be text. You cannot make out what the text is. It seems like it's in a ridiculous other language. And by ridiculous, I mean every word is about 6 pages. As the text is slowly turning red.
Hmm. Well, the crystal is producing some type of text. Don't know what, and it's flashing red inside.
It also is screaming.
And those are some hellish screams, so we definitely don't want to find out what happens if we leave it alone.
Tlalli, how are you studying them?
This might be a dumb question, but are crystals stone?
Yeah, I would say so.
Can I use memories of stone?
Yes, you absolutely can use Memory of Stone. Okay,
Let me
all
read
right.
it.
Okay. Give me another 12-sider.
Okay.
Mm.
Stop being mean to me.
Wildfire alert I just suddenly got at the bottom of my computer. Don't worry, this wildfire is 35 miles away.
Oh,
No. Can I use an ability from the bolo tie? Can I use Luck's favor, but on Tlalli's roll?
Absolutely. Professor Winter rose that to a tough choice, so
Oh, okay, never mind then.
hold on to that one. So, Tlalli, you have a tough choice. You know that this is gonna hurt. You have to reach through these plants to touch the crystal itself. Like, it is going to sting you. It is gonna do 2 HP damage and 2 AP damage. Or you can just not learn the stuff that you want to learn.
Well, knowing Tlalli, she doesn't give a fuck about pain, so let's do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you've the other 4 of you, as Tlalli reaches their hand through it, you see these vines whip out, and they all have thorns, and they stab Tlalli, but Tlalli is able to touch the crystal. And information floods through you, Tlalli. How does Speak with Stone, or Memory of Stone work?
Let me open up the thing again. Where is it? If you encounter a stone monument like a mountain, canyon, or statue, you may touch it and channel its ancient wisdom. You must tell the stone a story of your family, perhaps a memory of a gathering like a mountain. The monument reciprocates your offering by sharing its wisdom. You sense whether this world is real or natural or some machination. You can sense whether there are any long lost monuments beneath the surface, like temples or ancient vaults. You vaguely sense the most powerful lost artifact in this world and the region where it may be located. Okay, that's weird.
I can give you all that information.
I have to tell a story of my family.
You
Uh,
do. Yeah, go for it.
Hmm.
For the moon, for the record, Tlalli, the moon thinks all of Lockstitch is a family because that is the way that Kay introduced it. So you can tell him a story about Lockstitch, and that'll work just fine too.
Well, Frog's family, so.
Frog is family.
1 minute, my cat is chewing on the cord. Stop it.
Bad cat.
Go away.
Life imitates art, imitates life. Frog gets a crystal.
Let's see. Okay, me and Frog met when Frog was just a tadpole, and the way we met is Frog tried to eat me while I was trying to eat it. And and I won, but it was too big, so I decided to keep it.
Game recognized game.
And he's been with me ever since, so.
Absolutely. As you reach out and touch the crystal, you are just flooded with information, and it is just scrolling past your eyes. Pollux and Castor, Cass, and Patagon, you all see Tlalli's eyes. You see information running up them, like Tlalli's eyes have rolled into the back of their head. And like you see basically the matrix running up those eyes. Alright, so firstly, Tlalli, this is a natural formation grown on purpose. It is both created by someone and natural. Like it holds a massive amount of information on it, and with it you can pick up on the fact that currently they hold every single dream that has ever happened. Anybody that's on the Echo that has ever had a dream, that dream is stored up here and saved up here. Including nightmares. As of right now, you have been locked out of accessing the dreams, but you can scroll through every nightmare, and they are hideous things. You don't have to like go into those folders or whatever to look at them, but you are just aware they're all named horrible things, like horrible thing 1, horrible thing 2, horrible thing 3, terrifying horrible thing, like, and then there's just one that just says Leo singing.
Okay.
And then you gain access to the most powerful magical artifacts on this place. You know about them. There are 3 incredibly powerful magical artifacts. One is in this castle. Very nice toast. Congratulations. One is in this castle. And the third is much, much closer. It's right here.
How
Just wanna
convenient.
get the one that's closest.
Yeah.
That the thing that is closest is also a crystal, incredibly powerful crystal. And you know you know how to get there. Like, this is just like you see a map basically appear. It's almost like a GPS that once you let go of this crystal, it'll just be an arrow pointing you the shortest way to get to that location.
Nice.
But once you come out of it, like, your hand is bleeding from the thorns, and also you feel exhausted from... It felt like it took you days in there, and really it was just moments. I do love a good quest arrow.
I'm gonna try this.
Flawless Leak Feet played this card. Stink Flower. Flip a coin, heads heal 5 horsepower, tails
Tails
restore
restore
2
Oh,
AP.
nice. Yeah, okay. Well, 1d2. One is tails, 2 is heads.
The lowest I see is a D4. Do I?
Oh yeah, we can go with the d4. 1 and 2 are tails, 3 and 4 are heads.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One.
I tried.
I have already forgotten whether or not that was like healing or
AP.
2 AP. Okay, so you've recovered 2 AP, which is good because you got hurt both ways. Also, the idea that Tlalli also snuck Stink Flower up on the moon when Rennick was very adamant about no Stink Flower on the moon is very fun for me.
I know that, so.
Right? That's okay because Rennick said not to, and then Gemini did anyway. So
And then again, Tlalli doesn't really listen to rules often, so.
it's like, Rennick doesn't outrank you, and even if he did, fucking fight me.
Oh, I just remembered how fucked up Tlalli is now.
Yeah, you got like a long tail.
Well, at least I can wiggle through crystal.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
All right. So, are we just gonna start climbing over these crystals? We're leaving Frog behind now.
Yeah, Frog can take care of themselves for now.
Let me get rid of Frog from all of these maps then. All right. Over the comms, like Peanut's just like, "Hello? Does this work on the moon?"
Think so.
Excellent. How are things going? You got everything turned off? We good? It keeps sending this message over and over again.
No, we're not done yet.
Okay. Has anyone been stolen by a giant bird?
Not that we're aware of, but we'll keep an eye out for birds.
The most we've seen so far is plants with eyes.
I don't like plants with eyes.
We saw some crystals flash red. Not a pretty sight to say the least.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, and yeah, if you bring up any of our files on hell, because we might be needing them.
Hell's up here?
Somehow.
Peanut just like you hear clickety clackety, clickety clackety, clickety clackety, and all of a sudden it's just like files on hell coming up on his screen. He's like, okay. Nika's just slapping the hell out of Rupert.
Well,
I assume Rupert's up here too. Somewhere.
I believe our next steps, we're gonna try to make our way through this crystalline maze and see if we can get closer to some answer.
It's like, excellent. Good luck, everybody. And then, like, Peanut's just like, Peanut out. But I'm still right here if you need to ask me anything. I'm right here. And it's just like low whistle coming from Peanut. It's just like, man, some of these things from hell are scary. Sorry. So, you guys are just going in, right? So I can move us to the next map.
No,
Are we studying anything else? Because you guys totally can.
I don't know if anybody else is.
I didn't have any other ideas on what to study at the moment.
Yeah.
Same.
Let's go a little bit further in.
Oh, crystal moths.
I know.
Off.
Like, two things. First, everywhere you see what looks like plant life, that is all coral. Like, it is very brittle, very incredibly fragile looking, like, coral that is just transmitting information. There is a low hum going on all over the place. These moth creatures are flying down and much more like butterflies than moths. They got like little proboscises that come out of their mouth, their faces, and attach to the coral. And they are all doing it, like they're going from one place to another, just repeatedly. There is, when they touch, their proboscises touch some of the coral, it doesn't look like they're sucking things in. They are pushing information into the plants, and they're slowly turning red around where they are going, around where they are touching. And like, just from their activity, you can see what looks like a mostly blue part of this crystal garden is slowly turning redder and redder.
Is that bad?
I mean, from the bit we've seen, the red flashed and then we got the hell scream, so I would assume red is bad.
Yeah, but we can't exactly do much with them right now.
I mean, we can still, like, study what we can. Come back later if we have to.
Very true.
Well, I got like strict orders from like 2 people to like not shoot stuff if it doesn't attack, so.
Yeah, I mean, Pollux and Castor, if you want to go ahead and give me a roll for a study, like, all of you can roll for studying if you want to, and then just tell me how you're studying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be studying the moths.
Oh, we're calling them moths. All right, I'm here for it.
Okay, that's better than my last roll.
A 10's good. A 10's good. Before any,
Oh, sorry.
no, you're
Oh,
good. You're
sorry.
good. Like you're all fine. That's perfectly fine.
See, I see a 5 on my. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah,
For some
the
reason,
5
yeah.
is Tlalli's.
Yeah, one of the rolls didn't show up for me, so I was like, that's a 5, but I see a 9. Nope, it's the other way around.
We'll take the highest, which is Pollux and Castor's 10. You see the coral getting spikier. It definitely does that thing where it glitches out a little bit, where the shape changes rapidly. Where what was once very, well, not smooth because it is still very like coral. It is sharp and it like seems like it's reaching out to stab. All of them are kind of pointed at you all. Like anywhere that these moths touch, you see this strange contamination. And as you are looking closer, this is discordant in nature. It is like where all of these crystals were humming nicely, like now they are not screaming, but you can kind of hear the echoes of screams coming from them. And you rolled a 10, and we're going to keep that as a success for everybody. But it is kind of scary to walk up to them. Like, you get the feeling that you don't want to get close. Like, the back of your neck, like, your hackles are raised. And all of you are experienced adventurers. You're all smart and you know what you're doing. But there's something about these plants that set your teeth on edge, if you have teeth. Set your beak on edge?
Don't penguins have teeth though?
Penguins got those weird things. I fucking penguins. I hate the internet and everything that it's taught me.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, this does not feel right, Pollux and Castor. This, like, you see the fact that these moths have a red face, and they also look warped. Like, they feel, their proboscis is much more like mosquito-like, and based on what you've seen on this planet, like, it does, not this planet, on the moon, it doesn't look like it makes a lot of sense that they are clearly spreading this infection. Like, you can just tell that. Like, blanket statement. All 4 of you, 5 of you can tell that this spread is bad. You all, with a 10, you can find a safe route through if you don't want to try to if you want to try to not interfere with them. Like, there's a straight shot. But or you can just start firing if you want to, Cass. I'm not telling you that is what you should do. I'm just saying if that is what you wanted to do.
I think for the one moment and the fact that he is in a new environment, he holds off.
Oh, nice job.
One second. I think I have. Oh, close some. I have no idea what I closed. I hope it wasn't important. So, all around you, glowing light shining off things. And as the infection begins to spread, you all hear what sounds like a pair of scissors, absolutely ginormous scissors, like closing and then what sounds like a redwood tipping over and then slamming on the ground. And then just dust rises behind this area, and the breeze actually blows our moths away.
I'll take care of that problem. It might be a bigger problem.
Mhm.
Well, that explains how they're migrating, I guess.
The
Sure.
question is, what caused the dust?
Yeah.
So what's causing the dust and what's causing this infection? Two big, very important questions.
I don't know if this is going to be a good one. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Give me a second. I'm on the wrong screen again.
Oh,
Crabs.
Oh, did it move you to him? Yeah, there you go.
We were
Spoilers,
there for a
everybody.
second.
there you go.
Spoilers.
Oh, I looked away for a minute, so. Oh no, they're still here.
You guys can't So this is what's up there. Did you guys sneak up on them, or did you guys just walk up?
I feel like sneaking is the better
Yeah,
option.
we're all
I
scoped. I feel
yeah.
like sneaking.
So you see, some of the largest crystal structures that you've seen here, and these guys are just chopping away chunks of them. And then they are just pulling it to their mouths and just nom 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 nom. And it sounds like a blender full of rocks.
Ouch.
And they do not see you all yet, but they are walking around in any of the crystals. Oh no, I'll let you guys make rolls. Sorry, I just really like this place.
Well, do we want to take a vibe check and see if we see what we can hear? I mean, it definitely looks like they're munching on the crystalline structures here, but
I'm all for that, and I'll try and watch the crabs, see if they've got a pattern to their movement.
Absolutely. All right, Patagon, you give me 2d12, and then Pollux and Castor, you give me 2d12. Okay, 8 is a success. I forget if 7 is adventure.
It's 8776.
Oh shit! If somebody has that one card, we can do it.
Wait, I think I have that card.
Consecutive rolls.
I had the card, yes, I'm playing it.
So the way the way that I'm envisioning the way the bingo lights camera action goes is one of your dice is going to turn into a 12. You will have a triumph. This whole action between both of you is triumphant, and it will help the crew significantly. So here are a couple of things. Firstly, these crabs, they have their eyes are red, but they do not seem to be fully infected. You see them walking up to crystals that are infected, Pollux and Castor, and they are snipping the infected sections off. And they are then consuming them. It appears that they are trying to hold the infection back themselves. these guys are going to be very useful for you, you all. Like, these little crab guys are not on the side of whatever bad is happening. Like, these are named Mineri crabs.
I guess that's one friendly creature. I still would probably not want to get close to them, but at least we know they're helpful.
The vibe check for you, Patagon, though, is the crystals that they are cutting off are crystals infected with those nightmares, and they are consuming it, and then they drop on the ground a little seed stone that is just glowing bright red.
Oh.
Minary. Sorry. So sitting on the ground, like near you. Oh, don't I have a rock somewhere? I hate the ones with backgrounds. Never give me the ones with backgrounds. I never want that. You can find that Patagon. Because this is a triumph for you, and it's doing great because you guys are perfectly fine. Like, you can walk between its legs, and they look at you. They both look at you, 5, and do not recognize a threat. Like, Cass, you feel them scan over you, and then they just turn and start snipping off other crystals.
Well, they seem friendly.
Yeah, so long as we're not, I guess hell bound. So I think we'll take that sample carefully, wrap it in his cape a bit so he doesn't touch it directly, and then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is condensed nightmare. Like nightmare stone. You can have it as a material if you want it. Inside this crystal is the essence of a nightmare. But without the story, just the fear. The scariest part of it. Like, when you wake up, you remember being scared, but not remember by what. This crystal is what you were scared of. What kind of nightmare is it, though?
Interesting.
Turns out we named these two. Hold on.
Yeah, something would be like where you're in an academy class, like one of the final exams, let's say, and you can't remember anything. You're just sitting there, mind blank, head empty, staring at the paper, and it just looks like complete gibberish. And it's just like, yeah. It's just me, but that would be my existential fear. Like, how did I get here? Where is this place?
Yeah, So, Cass, and Cass and Tlalli, you see this structure right here. This one is huge, absolutely huge. Their claws don't fit on it, but you do see a little. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. I got the token for it. Inside a very, very small crack, you see some of those plants that you saw outside, like trying to wiggle itself into it, and like you see both of these guys like going to it and like lifting themselves as high as they can on their crab legs, but they can't reach it. They can't snip off the spot that they it's just out of range for them.
I'm trying to wonder if Cass takes a pot shot to try and blow that thing off of it, will it damage the crystal in any way?
If you roll a 1 or a failure, yes. Yes, it will.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've got a card to help you if you need it.
Go ahead and give me 2d12. You're a good shot. Oh, natural
Oh, that's
reaping.
reaping so.
That's perfect. I'll take it.
Reaping so. On the moon.
What is this now? 2 reaping sows in like 2 different systems? Oh, not 2 different. Well, 2 different dice sets. There we go.
Yeah, because didn't you also get the goose reaping so?
Yes.
I was thinking about the Goose Game earlier because I sent all of you guys your card rewards for that finally. I was just holding off until I had more cards to give you. I wanted to give you guys new cards, and I made a bunch of them.
Mhm.
Today's cards are some of my favorite. I want to gush about how much I like those ones. Anyway, what's it look like, Cass, when you take this thing clean off of it? Just pew.
I'd say he looks, but he does like a very precise shot and just kind of fires, and it just looks effortless. Just blows this thing right off.
For sure, and like absolutely, it does just that. And you, after you do that, it all flashes a pale pink, like a pale version of the color, and that turns off all of these crabs are just like we got McAfee over here and we got Norton over here. It's weird that I gave them names that you guys can't see them though. Like, I wonder why you guys can't see their nameplates. Makes me sad.
I've seen them before.
Right? Anyway, sorry. Getting away from myself. This place is clear. We have cleared out this part of it, and it feels wonderful, you all. The humming of these crystals, with the exception of the nightmare crystal that Patagon has put away, you are all feeling incredibly well rested. Just like you just woke up from a dream that didn't take any work, you know? You know how even sometimes when you have good dreams, it's like a dream that makes you tired? My
Right.
internet is going real bad. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah.
Oh, so this is like a dream that's like you come out of that's well rested.
Yeah, you all feel great about this. Like, and then the stones are all communicating with each other, and you see, like you start to understand it, and like in tone, if not in like word for word, and passing between these crystals is the story of Frog and Tlalli meeting. And it's just like, you all just see it. You see little tadpole Frog trying to eat Tlalli, and Tlalli trying to eat little tadpole Frog.
Well, the big tadpole.
Oh, big tadpole.
Yeah. Frog's a big boy.
And then, so you hear or see or feel in the distance behind, there's a flash of red. Like further on, like the direction that you're going, like something has activated. Like threat detected, and you know for a fact that you are the threat. Then this is me giving you all a heads up that the next thing, they are going to see you as threats the second they see you.
Oh no.
But did we want to bring McAfee and Norton? They'll come.
I don't
How
want
do you...
them to get hurt.
we don't want them to get hurt. Yeah, that's fair.
Seems if they're like the security system to get rid of the infection, it would be best to not damage them.
They look at you all again, and they give you each one big one scan one at a time. And I don't know what a crab thumbs up looks like.
I just imagine it's like 2 clicks.
That's what I was about to say.
Nice. Clap, clap. Little castanets.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go clear the path behind you. Like, they're gonna go clear off those other little guys. And they're gonna succeed. I'll let you guys know that right now. These two are great. We love them. We stand McAfee and Norton.
Yep.
You guys ready to see further on? Because it's gonna get a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Sure.
Continue.
No!
Oh.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh, joy.
Atop all of these crystals, and this is just part of it, by the way. Like, that is just in the crystal as a big warning system. And you just see, and imagine each one of these is about 10 bats.
That's 110 bats.
That is.
Us without
Yeah.
Simmons.
You all do know about these bats. They've told you, you guys have been fully warned, that the bats scream nightmares into your skulls.
Ah.
So it would be wise to take these out as quickly as we can.
One of them did bite our dear friend Scour, and Scour turned into a vampire. I'm not sure that happens with everybody or just overly adventurous weasels.
I don't need more changes, so I'm gonna try not get bit.
That makes sense. Also, Clem's not here to be a bad doctor for you. So, Patagon, actually, all four of you, you see what appears to be a console directly underneath this text. It's organic. It looks like it's made completely of crystal, but well, Pollux and Castor, you've been to space enough. It's like, that's a control.
Yep, so we just need to get up to this control panel, either without alerting the bats or kill the bats first. I almost want to try and sneak up to it first.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well,
Like, they are going to see you as a threat the second, like, they see you. They are looking for you. It's like surveillance cameras that are bats at this point.
You just have to dodge the line of sight, so, you know.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. So how we sneaking up?
See, keeping to the shadows is probably going to be hard since these crystals probably glow.
Yeah, they do. It's like nothing but light everywhere.
How do the bats track us? Do they track us like thermally, or do they track us just with regular old sight?
Or are they echolocators?
Cass, why don't you give me a roll? I would say 2d12. I'd give you 2d. That wasn't my phone. All right, with a 10, absolutely. Cass, they have large eyes, which might seem strange for a bat like in the regular world, but they track by sight. They do appear to like look at each other and screech. Like their screech appears to be a transmitting of information from one thing to another. Like they are not echolocating. That is how they tell things.
Well,
So,
they
yeah.
are.
Go ahead.
Well, they are sightseers, so not much I could do about setting anything on fire there. At least to try and, you know. Anybody got any other options?
I mean, I think so. If you
a good
create some
try.
reflections, you could just maybe at least confuse them.
Wait a sec, I just realized something. Cass is going to use the cheater's eye, and he is going to use deceptive glare, which creates an illusion that distracts, to distract the bats.
Yeah, for sure. What's that illusion? What is going to distract these guys?
I imagine it's just. So we're sitting like behind something, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. I like in my head. I think we're actually back here, but that maybe yeah, we're on screen.
Okay. I just imagine what he does. He creates an illusion and just has them running off to like the sides of the crystals instead of in front of the console. So they're kind of running behind the crystal, trying to kind of get the bats to kind of flee backwards.
Yeah, I love it. Give me a D12. This is not for success. It's how many actions until they realize the distraction. Oh, we got 7, so like you guys can do quite a bit. They all just move as a unit. Hold on. It's just you, or is it like all 4 of you that you made an illusion of running?
I made all 4. Cass made all 4.
Yeah, I love it. All right. So, step 1, you guys can get to this, no problem. No need for a roll. They're already distracted. But you have 6 more things you can do. As you approach it, I'll give you a quick explanation of what the console looks like. It is very close to the things that Ceylon has set up. It is Pollux and Castor and Patagon. There's almost a switchboard situation to this. Like some of the it is resonating incredibly off-putting. Like it's like nails down a chalkboard when you get close to this thing. You can simultaneously feel something like peaceful being drowned out by just gibberish. It just sounds like a million people talking all at once.
It takes a bit to focus, try to focus through the noise, and it's like.
But you guys are up here, absolutely. And it is like not painful, but very, very annoying. But a console does come up, and actually, Pollux and Castor, can you roll me 2d12 to see if you guys can if you inherently can get this working?
It's an 8 and a 2.
An 8's good enough. You can figure this out. It will take you a little while, but you can patch into this. And like before, we saw a search bar come up. What are you searching for? Like what? If you could type in a key phrase into this, what are you trying to look for? It can be anything. You can ask about the moon. I will tell you what I can.
I mean, if something's going on that's causing an infection, maybe you would want to see if something like this has happened before and if there's a cure?
Okay, has this happened before situation? All right, absolutely. So it begins scrolling by, just like, again, an infinite amount of information. Like, flooding past. And you see energy signature, similar. It's just like Sentinel Fervor. And you see a thing that says Sentinel's active. 7 out of... It says 8 out of 12 active Sentinels. Did anybody else have any questions for it? Like, each question will take one more turn before these bats look back at you. You guys look over and see the illusion version of Cass just being attacked by 10 bats, like waving his hat at them. Or shooting illusionary bullets at them. I don't even think it says similar. I think it just... But, it's just like, it says fervor.
So, let's see. So I have fervor. So, I think what could combat a fervor? if it's similar with what we're hearing of all the, like you said, discordant sound and just like amounts of, like, you know, voices and everything, maybe we need to just find a way to get it to focus. Maybe. I don't know. Any thoughts if that project's up?
I went to say something, but there's like a truck backing up right outside my apartment. Yeah, there's a if you type in focus or like you look up focus, it does come up. It's just like is there like it says focus on energy, tone set, the whim.e drive is currently set at like a frequency that you would recognize Patagon as just what we consider the adventure frequency. Like that is the energy that is being pulled in. Like, but when you type that, it is focused to send out a different energy, and that energy is the hell energy, the nightmare vibes that you are getting from the crystal in your backpack. Like that is what is going to be sent out.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's taking in our adventure and then transmitting out essentially the hell nightmare concentrate. Huh. Well, that definitely doesn't sound pleasant.
And like Tlalli, when you were going through the files before, like you did not have access to any of the good dream files. So it's supposed to be sending both good dreams with a sprinkling of nightmares in. You know what happens. A little bit sprinkle the nightmares. But all that is going to happen when the flood of magic hits the moon or hits Luna, it is going to convert all of that magical adventure energy into nightmares and then send it back to the Echo.
Well, that's rude.
Feels a little rude.
So I guess my current working theory is we need to modify, I guess, the what it's outputting, make it more balanced, possibly.
Like as you look up balance, it just says balance is Trance's location. But Trance will, like, this is just the infection is growing too large. We are down, like, Cass's illusion has been destroyed by the bats. Then we got Patagon's illusion destroyed by the bats.
Oh, guys, I don't know what else we can do from this location. So he's saying the balance is somewhere else. As we
How many more actions do we have?
I think 2, if I counted right.
If we
And you
want
said
to
I
time
could.
it,
You said we could ask this computer anything.
Yeah.
Console. Okay. He is gonna ask it about the artifacts.
It like lists through like 3 most powerful sentinels, like Sibling, Princess Figment, and the Crystal Coffin.
Knew it.
He just jots the names down for later use, or at least to give to the crew.
Now, if you all bounce right now, you don't have to deal with the bats. But if you ask one more thing, the bats are going to be coming for you.
I think we got as much as we're going to be able to get, and we have an idea of try to look for balance in this crystal coffin, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, let's go. Okay. As you all start down the path, it looks like you're going to be running on water. It is not. It is like translucent crystal, like a translucent crystal river underneath you.
Turtle.
There's a big old turtle, and then really spiky plants. Those plants are firing what look like seed pods into crystals. This area is getting very quickly turned into all the infection. And this turtle's trying its best. It's doing what it can to eat these plants, but you see them, they are wounded, they have like spots of them that are leaking out. Blood might be a strong word, but close. This world and the moon's version of blood, as this turtle is just... Have you ever seen a turtle try to eat a cactus and it's adorable? That's what's happening, except for it is getting beat up by these cactuses.
Well, let's see.
I could try petrifying one of them, but it's gonna give it 50 hit points.
I mean, it would stop it from doing anything.
Yeah, but it lasts for like a minute.
Would it last long enough that the turtle could eat it? Or
Can a turtle eat stone? Did the turtle eat crystal?
He has very powerful jaws looking. So probably. It's like how the crabs were snipping the crystal, its jaws could probably break through.
This is gonna hurt, because I have to touch it. But I will. I'm gonna touch one of the plants and try to petrify it.
Tlalli's just like lord of grabbing onto the spike plants today. Give me 2d12.
Okay. D12. 2.
So yeah, with an 8, it's successful. As you approach it, it launches out one of the spikes that is roughly the size of a like a jousting lance. And it like stabs in, it doesn't stab into the ground, it skips across the ground. But you were able to like reach out and petrify the plant. And dear friend Turtle is just like looks at you, looks at the now stone plant, and just takes a big old crunch. I'm gonna roll for it to see how much this is to see. Actually, I was gonna do 2, so. Alright. It's gonna eat this one. The one on the other side, like, immediately recognizes you four as the threat it's been warned about. So it is going to make 4 attacks. Cass, you're the first one. Patagon second. Pollux and Castor third. Tlalli fourth.
I didn't get damage from the first plant, did I?
No, you have
Okay.
absolutely dodged it.
Okay.
Huh. Ooh.
As you're able to it fires this lance-sized spike at you, but you are able to dodge it. Then, Patagon, you have a tough choice to make. The spike is coming right, not coming for you. It is fired, but it's gonna hit the tortoise. It's gonna hit him unless you do something to stop it.
Okay. So what Patagon's going to do is do the clap and try to make a big enough energy wave essentially to have it at least move the trajectory of the spike there.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a roll for that one.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to move the trajectory of it. Where do you send? Do you just send it straight into the ground? Do you send it straight up? Do you catch it?
Yeah, actually catching it would be pretty cool. So it's we're gonna use that for some analysis later on.
Absolutely. In case I forget, Nightmare Thorn.
Yeah.
Pollux and Castor. I rolled really bad for you. It fires at you. How do you completely just nah?
I feel like they've learned from the lightning elemental and were keeping an eye on it, so they saw it coming and just dodged.
Solid. Dodging always works great. Tlalli, you got a thorn right through your shoulder.
Ow.
And it hurts. As soon as it hits you, you feel it break.
Not good.
The tip of it breaks completely off inside you. Inside your shoulder. It deals 4 damage to your HP. And that wound is bleeding.
I rip off part of my officer outfit and try to not tourniquet, but
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
of first aid,
Yeah.
stop the bleeding. Absolutely. Okay,
put
give me.
pressure on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're whenever you take a turn where you are not applying pressure, you are going to lose 1 more HP.
Uh-oh.
It's this is
That's
an
dumb.
anticoagulant situation. You just keep bleeding. You also start to notice this tortoise is bleeding from many wounds, and that. But it does eat this one completely away. Alright, go Team Gardeners. What are you guys gonna do?
This
Tlalli and the turtle managed to give it a 1.
this plant's not made of actual plant material. It's all crystal, right?
It is crystal and coral and data.
Okay. So the idea. I had one idea, but that would have only worked if it was planned. But now I'm considering another idea. One sec.
The plant is it a spell that only works on plants, or is
That
it
was-
a fire situation?
It was a fire situation.
I've got no problem with fire working on these things.
Okay, yep. I was just gonna spend 1 AP to use burn, which is where, and for the 1 AP, that's just where I overcharge the spell to ignite the target in flame. It hits for 2 damage and sets it ablaze.
Yeah, give me a 12-sider. Yeah, there you go. Thing to note for later. Nightmare thorns are very weak to fire.
Good to know.
And it just goes up. It smells like a nightmare, though. Like, it's a terrible smelling thing.
I will be right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like brimstone and sulfur and
Yeah, absolutely. All of that kind of stuff.
So I was muted for a second. I was just imagining that it just smells like the worst thing that you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
You see our little tortoise friend just like look back and forth, see the plants like destroyed and collapses on the ground and starts like pulling itself back into its shell. Like breathing heavy. I don't know what a tortoise breathing heavy looks like. I've never seen that in my life, but it's like a dog panting. It's very exhausted.
And he's just very, like I said, exhausted. So, Patagon's going to pull a lemon bar out and offer it to the tortoise and see if it's something they might like.
I love a turtle on the moon eating a lemon bar.
Yeah, our friend Clem makes these, and everyone seems to enjoy them. So hopefully you do too.
Reflected? Patagon, you see, when you say friend Clem, you see Clem reflected in each one of the facets of this thing's shell. You just keep seeing Clem every time like Clem's done something friendly. Like all of your happy memories of Clem are reflected in the shell. You see Clem on a skateboard. You see Clem cooking up the honey bars and the lemon bars.
Ah, all the happy memories.
And like it sticks its head out of its shell and goes nom, and then goes back in. And as it's like eating it, and the whole thing gets like a little like yellow cast to it as it like pulls its arms and like and like the whole area starts smelling of lemon.
Oh no.
Like, but pleasantly, unless you absolutely hate lemons. And like some of the parts around, like some of the red in the crystals starts dissolving and turning yellow, but you are all, when you smell the lemon, it's happy. It's a good, like, yeah, all right. Except for the last time Pollux and Castor smelled lemon, they brought 2 people into this world that weren't supposed to be here.
Yep, he brought his friends.
Lemons are friend-shaped. And yeah, pulled into his shell, this guy just looks like a giant lemon.
I just see him on chat. It's not my fault, it might be my fault.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Okay, can I try digging this thorn piece out?
Oh, absolutely. But it's just like, oh, it smells great. Patagon feeding this turtle. Tlalli, oh my god.
Do I have to roll something?
Yeah, give me a D12. I don't think any of us are doctors.
Nope. Oh.
Oof. You
Now-
lose.
Wait, I
Okay.
got.
Now can I use that one thing again? The luck favors where it just rerolls a failed roll.
Oh, sure.
You want to roll that? Tlalli? Unless you had a thing that made it so like you had a success, if that's what you were after.
I have a card, but I'm not exactly sure what it does. But it looks
Which card is
fine.
it?
Safety peanut.
Oh yeah, that'll ignore it. Go ahead and re-roll first, and then we can play that if you do a failed roll on that one. An 8 is a success for a 12-sider. It does still do 1 damage to you because whenever you act at all
Okay.
with this thing in you,
Down to 3 HP.
oof. Tlalli, you pull this thing out, and like it hurts. It's so clear that it hurts. Like this is just designed for pain. And Patagon, as you're holding that nightmare thorn, like like between you and Tlalli, between this, if you turn that into a weapon, it will just cause excruciating pain. It's like platypus venom.
Oh.
What all it does is cause chronic pain. It
That's
has
diabolical.
right. It doesn't paralyze. It doesn't stop your body from doing anything. All it does is constant pain as long as you're in contact with it. And you guys see them like slowly like coming out of the tortoise, like as like the lemon bar is taking effect. You see like the little shards like fall out of him. I think it's a him. His name is Lemon.
Adorable.
It like looks at everybody. Okay, it is mostly a computer program, but also kind of a turtle. And now also kind of lemon. And it stands up to its full height, looks at you all, does the thing where it's just like, come on, and just keeps walking.
So, I would essentially say we're going to follow the tortoise.
I guess we are.
I'm gonna keep my bloody thorn piece.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's about the size, the one that was in your shoulder. Yeah. Nightmare Thorn, small. Or call this a briar, you know?
Nice.
You could use it to turn it in, like, you could craft a weapon out of it if you want, or you guys can just study them. Like, you do not have to make weapons out of these things. That's where we are, everybody. You see what looks like an absolutely giant coffin. Like huge. Like wrapped in these thorny vines with multiple what look like eyes all over it. And you can see the thorns stabbing into it. Like, and they look like it's growing in such a way that it's trying to make it split open.
Wonder if this is the source of the infection.
Particularly nasty, that's for sure. I would agree.
I'm gonna also assume that that is the crystal coffin that it's covering.
Yeah, for sure. Tlalli, your little quest markers is just like, you have arrived at your destination.
Can it just be that everyone hears that? And no one knows why?
It's just like one of those the sound effect of when you finish a quest, specifically in WoW. So you all see this thing. It again, first off, it's huge. I cannot understate how big this thing is. I know your tokens. This thing's like 20 miles across, if not 30 miles across. It's big.
You can see it from space. So.
Yes, you can absolutely see it from space. Peanut comes over the wire. He's just like, "Is everything okay? We fix it yet?" The screens are still showing the same message, so I'm gonna assume not.
Well, we found the source.
Oh, well then, you're halfway there.
We might be living on a prayer.
It's like, I have heard stories of Johnny. He used to work on the dock. But the union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. So rough. I can quote that entire album from front to back. I can quote Slippery When Wet from front to back. So, I'm warning you. Bon Jovi used to be my favorite band. I made bad choices as a child. Two favorite bands as a child were Bon Jovi and then Ace the Bass. Or Ace of Base? Ace of Base. Then they turned out to be fascists, not Bon Jovi. He's just from Jersey. Anyway. So this, you can see the vines beginning to constrict on this. And it does appear that your presence has sped this up. Like, it is just trying to do it, like, raw and dirty now. Like a constricting, snake. But the thorns are digging into it. The vines are... Yeah. Patagon, the vibes is like, yeah, these vines are scary, but they are scared of you.
Oh. It's as scared of us as we are of it, so we might have an upper hand if we can figure out how to. I don't know.
Well, as much. Oh, go ahead.
You go.
I was gonna say as much as fire is sounds like a good idea. I don't think setting this entire place ablaze would be a good thing to come back to.
We got a lot of gardening to do.
Actually, wait, Alan, would lighting this on fire like actually burn up the coffin?
The coffin is made of crystal, so I don't think we have any, like, inherent worries about it. You might, like, scorch it up, but...
Do you want me to light it on fire again? Or do you have another idea?
No, that's about the only idea I have.
Well, I can assist with the fireball if you'd like.
That would be much appreciated. I mean, I do have high life, but that don't really.
I do have petrify, but I'm afraid of dying at this point.
Probably not be a good idea to petrify the coffin.
Oh no, I was thinking of the vines.
That's true.
I don't think I could petrify the coffin. It's technically already stone.
The coffin is in fact stone. There does appear to be a figure inside, like if you want to look at the figure, you will have to make another roll because you'll have to get a little close to the coffin to like make it out.
I want to roll.
Yeah, go for it. It's like I'm afraid of dying, but you know I also.
Could I also roll as well?
Don't worry, the 7 got the job done. Inside there is a crystalline figure. Here, I'll show you them. This is apparition. Oop, not that. That's the vines. They are at the same time big enough to take up this entire coffin, but also about the size of a 9-foot tall person. Like, they appear to be vibrating at a ridiculous speed. Like they appear blurry to you. And each one of the crystals around you are vibrating to match their resonance. And their head turns and looks directly at Tlalli. And they're like, "You're the friend of Frog." Like all the crystals say it at the exact same time. Like, and it sounds loud and booming. And it's like, I appear to be under some duress. If you don't mind helping me out of this, I can't open the coffin. I am unaware of what is holding this closed, or what those eyes are, but they are getting closer.
Well, we have a potential plan that's going to involve some fire, so may have to brace for impact here.
I shall brace. You do see, like, it starts to light up, like, darkening all the crystals around. Like, all of the ones on the side are getting really dark, and the inside of the coffin begins to light up brighter. It's like, I am ready.
I will use the fireball with the 5 AP, I believe.
Pollux and Castor, were you aiding in this?
Yeah, sure. I can also do a fireball for 5 AP.
Nice. Give me. Oh yeah, that's the spell. I mean, that's the card, not even the spell. Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh yeah, I have the spell.
Pollux and Castor, can you give me 2d12? There it is.
That's 12.
Let's go!
So, 2 things we've learned. Fervor doesn't like fire either. The plants and Fervor are weak to fire. Everything's weak to fire in this world, turns out.
The moon is flammable.
And yeah, hold on. Production value.
You could say that it's a firewall. Huh?
Oh my god, you could say it's a firewall. Just making a note of firewall. So yeah, it burns off of it completely. You scour this thing, and it doesn't leave any like scars or anything on the crystal. You do see many cracks all along it, though. An apparition like stands up out of like he just kind of melds through it and appears on top. And he like shakes his head a little bit. He is covered in crystals. Like this is like I'm making him big so we can look at him, but when he comes out, he's only the 9-foot tall person, but he appears right at the edge of the 20-mile coffin. And he just looks at Tlalli. Tlalli, friend of Frog. You have told me your story. The rest of you I do not know. He's like,
I am Pollux, and this is Castor.
excellent. It is nice to meet you. And he like, there's a squirrel yelling at us outside our window right now.
It's okay, what are you doing there?
If I look out the window and any of you are ever like right outside my window, it is over. I'm running away. That squirrel is angry. Like, he looks Pollux and Castor up and down. He's just, are you a Lydian?
I have been to Lydian, but no, my home is not on the Echo.
Ah, one of those. And like, looks back and forth between all of you. Says, well, what brings you here, and what is going on?
Well, we got a very strange alert from what we're assuming is your security system. There's some plant-like infection. I believe it's similar to what was just encasing your coffin there.
It is a familiar energy, although it should not be. And he looks at the tortoise, he's like, why are you yellow?
Patagon chuckles a bit. Well, that was probably my doing. It was exhausted after a fight with some of the infection, so I offered him a lemon bar.
I think he goes and just scratches his chin. It's just like,
He seems to have very much enjoyed it.
oh, I'm quite glad. They don't normally eat. I did not design them to have to eat. I appreciate you taking care of my creations.
Oh,
It
also
is-
your crabs are safe as well.
Ah, excellent. It's like, one moment, and he like looks up and looks back at you all. She's like, Lockstitch, then. Trance has told me about you. Hold on. Then he looks back at you. They look back at you. It's just like, Trance says that you travel with a moth that faints easy.
That's news to me, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You see him like looking around. It's very discordant. Like, he looks at Patagon and Pollux and Castor. He especially looks at Pollux and Castor. Pollux and Castor in the Lydian garb. Do you know anything of sound? Of like he like gestures at your earphones and gestures at Patagon's like backpack. It's like you appear to have come equipped. You can feel the discordant, correct?
Yes.
It's like nails on the chalkboard of your mind. It's very disturbing.
It's like, yes, good, excellent. You like looks at all four of you, just like all five of you counting Pollux and Castor, just nodding. It's just like you are all quite well equipped. It's like, according to Trance, I have been asleep for over 1,000 years. Good. Hey, love that for us. Do you have any materials to balance this to help me? Trance says that everything is going wild everywhere. All of the crystals.
We do have a sample of the nightmare crystal, if it'll help, like, track its resonant frequency or something.
Absolutely, here. And he puts his hand out. I think he thinks better of it, and he reaches and pulls out a giant pair of tweezers. I'd rather not touch it.
That's probably good. It's quite potent.
And painful.
He looks at Tlalli and sees Tlalli has that massive wound that is no longer bleeding, and he's just like, oh my.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't have much in the way of healing. Would you like to? No. You don't want to get in the coffin. That's bad.
I kind of want to get out of the coffin.
It's like, oh, okay. He puts his hand out for you to grab his hand, as he gives the nightmare thing back to Patagon for a moment. It's like, hold this.
All right.
Tlalli, touching him, you can easily just phase right through the crystal, and you all see Tlalli magnified to be 20 miles long. It is the whole entire interior of the crystal is just Tlalli.
And the whole thing is 35 miles across.
Comfy.
Big Tlalli. It is. It's very comfortable, Tlalli. You no longer are aware of pain. But you do hear this discordant noise that they're talking about. And he's just like, I'm going to roll for aberration. Aberration is part of it succeeds. It's like I've narrowed it down. It does appear that Sentinel Fervor is active again.
Is that a bad thing?
Sentinel Fervor was decommissioned. It's just like Sentinel Fervor willingly left Luna. It's like first time for everything. None of us had ever left before. Yeah.
Well, we will definitely need to take that into account.
Have you seen any of us on the Echo in the last 1,000 years?
Not in your present form, at least. I don't know if...
Now I'm thinking about it. There was that one fella at the dinner. But I don't think that was him. I don't think that was...
I think he's he's trying to figure out a way to describe fervor to you. He liked capes. He had a flair for the dramatic. Single roundish head.
I'm sorry, did you just say single roundish head?
Yes, he had just the one head. Some of us have more.
Uh-huh.
Not in the last couple years. Not in the last couple generations.
Right.
It's really fallen out of fashion.
Any other descriptors? Maybe height, color of the crystals, maybe? Yeah.
Crystalline skull.
Okay.
Enjoyed a cape. Wing-like capes often. It's like was mostly in charge of like showing people fears. Like
Okay.
loved a good story. I think he was convinced to go to the Echo for the love of a story.
Oh, well, there was that traveling librarian, right? They love stories.
Oh, the librarians still exist. And he claps, like almost like very excited. They used to visit us pretty regularly. And he's just like, oh, if Lydian still exists, Dorian must still exist. Did you come up from Mixel?
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, you guys like you used the Stairway of Heaven right outside of Mixel.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was just trying to make sure. Yes. Yes, we did.
Excellent. So the Celestial Steed still functions as intended. And I take it you're here to get everything back on track, our intrepid little heroes. Except for that one. Points at the coffin with giant Tlalli. Tlalli hasn't been actually made any bigger. You just look bigger when you're inside the coffin.
Magnification prism. Those are neat.
Sometimes it's very handy when you have so many to control. But can you help me with this? And he has Tlalli, can you roll me a 12-sider?
Sure.
2 12-siders because you're in the coffin. Yep, that'll do it. Alright. The signal is coming from right here. That is Like that is what the nightmare tracking that he's doing is finding. Which is like, excellent, excellent. Cartographers are very handy. She's like, so Fervor has gone there. But what is Fervor doing here again? We're not supposed to have 13 sentinels.
That is a very good question indeed. You'll go on to explain the different variants of the creatures we've seen today, like the butterfly mouths and everything that's been trying to infect the garden here.
Oh, that sounds terrible. We're gonna have to turn everything off. We must stop this spread. And he starts walking up to crystals, and you see cords come out from underneath his cloak, and he starts plugging himself into the crystals. It's like, quickly, please. And you see little stations appear at crystals.
Patagon will waddle over to one and like, okay, ready when you are.
Excellent. So here's how this one's gonna work. Pollux and Castor and Patagon. Patagon, you get 1d12. Pollux and Castor, you get 2d12. Cass, if you want to help, you get 2d12, but you have to take the lower. Because I don't think that this is something that Cass is familiar with.
Not at all, but he will give it a good old try.
I have a Reap and Sow card. Could I play that for myself?
Yeah, for sure. What? Make the roll and then play it. Because Reap and Sow, I still want to see the roll just in case you get a natural Reap and Sow. Close. Do you want to just take your 12, or do you want the one?
What, I'll just take the 12.
Oh my!
Adventure.
I hope.
Adventure.
And
Cass,
Does that
would you
kinda-
like the Reap and Sow?
you know what? Yes.
Tlalli, I don't want to lock you in that coffin. So, unless you want to be locked in that coffin,
I guess I'll come out. Take away all my fun.
you can stay in there until like they solve this problem. But they're not solving this problem today.
And they're gonna solve this problem, so I should probably get out.
Tlalli, like you can just will yourself to get out. All you need to do is just like think about moving up, and like then you just will. Man.
If I get locked in there, who'll feed Frog?
That's fair.
I think what happens is it swaps places, so Cass gets locked in there.
That one doesn't work because it takes apparition to put you in there. Like, and he's currently working on the computer. Well, computer, air quotes. So, 1 second. As all of you are doing the thing, it's like Pollux and Castor, you see full reports on the creatures that we saw today. Like full what they are supposed to be doing. Like
Excellent.
those butterflies that we saw, like they are supposed to take non-necessary information out of the crystals and throw them away. They are a disposal. Like the crabs, are doing the Minari crabs are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. The turtle are I think we called them torrents. The turtles are torrents. They take large amounts of information from one place and move it to another. Like they store massive information in their shells to just move it around. The flowers, when they're not corrupted, are echo flowers that are supposed to give, not corrupt is infected. I'm trying not to use the word corrupted. Like they resonate very loudly. They have a scent to them that tells you what kind of information is stored in the crystals. They are a filing system.
Neat.
The nightmare thorns are not supposed to exist. They are fully it's like they just calls them anomalies.
Essentially a virus in the system, and we need to get it out.
And it's like, Patagon, the screens that you're looking through are telling us the waves that are supposed to be, and there was just a spike of this discordant on every single side. On the dark side of the moon is a massive spike of just this like red line. And it's just cutting all of the peaceful sounds together. And it's just like breaking them all, and that is fervor. You see it, you recognize it. And it's just like there's one way to stop that noise from spreading. Cass, your thing is just like it just comes up on your screen. Restart system, restart system, restart system.
Yes.
Just press the button. It goes. You just, all of you just hear it go.
What's it sound like?
Dark Side of the Moon went real dark, everybody. Operations just like, all right. Now you do have another team to turn it back on, right?
We will get one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So we can't turn it back on here.
Oh no.
Where's the on switch then?
For safety, we have to we set it as two different things. It's just like I have the off switch right here. Delusion has the on switch. It's just a simple matter of resetting the resonance.
Well, at least the infection stopped.
This is true.
No.
Like you guys cut to just a million butterflies and bats falling out of the sky and just shattering on the ground.
Cass just thinks about that all and it's just like,
So I hate to ask, but while it's off, there's no bad side effects, right?
Oh, just the usual terrible things when there's no security system. And
I'm sorry, wait, you said usual things? Like, what usual things?
sometimes, and it's rare, but we've only had to very rarely turn off the whole system. Massive existential dread can creep out of the crystals. Occasionally sentient information has been noticed.
Mm. And does it try to hurt us or harm us in any way?
Oh no, I'm perfectly safe.
Let me rephrase that question. Will it try and harm or hurt any of the crew in any way?
And he like climbs back on his coffin.
Well,
He's just like, I don't know.
what? Did, hmm.
None of you are like me. And he's just like, except for maybe Tlalli here. Fist bump.
Goes for it.
Nice.
So how long until this existential dread starts to creep out of the crystals?
You all might want to get on the coffin.
Pollux and Castor jump on the coffin.
Yep. Patagon will slide right up there. Be like, yeah.
Guess just gonna go like, just climb straight up there.
And you all feel like you don't see any of those red lights anymore. But you do hear just like strange slapping sounds in the distance.
Yeah.
If I had to give the sounds a word, it'd be like, you know when like during a horror movie you see a tentacle rising up out of a pit, like, and it makes a weird noise along with that?
Mm-hmm.
Those noises are echoing all around you. And Aberration just looks around. It's like, oh, it sounds like it's going to be a bad night.
Guess just quickly turns on his communicator, if he can. Hopefully it didn't.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Communicators are science-based.
Okay, good. He just turns it on, just like, hey, Peanut.
Hey, the
We're not-
screen stopped doing that.
Oh, that's good.
It just says
we're
no
not go-
signal.
That's all. That's not good. Never mind. So, looks like we're gonna be staying here for the meanwhile. Cause turns out there's an off button, but the on button's in a different place.
You can't hear Peanut nod, but I feel like you hear Peanut nod. And she's like, of course. That's why would you ever put an on button next to the off button? Like when you turn something off, you want it to be off.
That's just face palms, just like.
So how do we turn it back on?
Looks like we're gonna have to go to Delusion, where Trance is at. Apparently, Trance has the on button.
No, Delusion has the on button.
Sorry, Delusion has the on button.
He's like, but you all can't do it. Okay.
No,
Well,
we're pretty much trapped.
I was about to say, we're trapped on top of a giant crystal coffin.
We've been told if we leave, we'll be hit by mass delusions.
Oh. I think Apparition just leans forward and says, "Hello, Peanut." He's like, I don't know him. Is he cool?
Very.
Yes.
It's like, all right, I'll put together a team, but I mean, if I'm gonna have to send out Ceylon, the only one of our communications team that's left. You said, are there threats?
Very much.
I'll equip our team. And he's just like, you just hear him like, Pim! It's like, where's Royce? He's just running through the ship, getting Pim, Ceylon, Amon, Clem, and Royce together. Also, the light side of the moon's off too.
Oh, we just straight up turned the moon off. It's like a
We
new.
turned the moon off.
Anyone down on the Echo view and the moon is. It's basically just a new moon. You can't see the moon.
Exactly that.
I'm sorry. Now I'm just imagining that it was a full moon, and then the moon just went off.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, oh, whoever saw that's definitely believing in aliens. Or the flat Earth theory. I don't know.
Sorry, my laugh turned into a cough.
I'm worried about Frog.
Oh no.
Oh shit, are we actually worried about Frog?
Yeah.
Can I say something? I think that we could probably help. I was about to say the crabs.
Yeah, that was literally like I was moving us to the thing that like that the crabs are like hanging out with Frog and just being like
Okay,
badasses.
good.
The three of them just keep destroying any like nightmare situation that come near them. Here we go. I got it.
Cass thinks back to like the turtles, and then thinks back to the crabs, and it's just like I wish I gave the crabs that blue honey bar.
Oh wait, Frog ate this. So yeah, recap for today's game is we went to the Crystal Garden and saw a lot of life on this side of the moon. Life being a strong word, but so we have Mineri crabs, we have torrents, we have moths, we have bats, we have echo flowers, which are the flowers that tell you what things are based on smell. Although we got to get rid of the infected ones. Don't worry, the crabs and Frog are doing a great job. I just imagining all of these bats and butterflies like and moths crashing to the ground, and Frog just like unhinging his jaw and just running forward.
Probably.
Recycling.
I think Amon has the Proud Dad gun, unless he got rid of it. I'm not sure. The Proud Father. So we met Apparition. Apparition was in a giant like coffin. Apparition's job is to keep everything going. Like Apparition makes these creatures. Like the coffin helps him build them. And that is Apparition's job. Apparition's job, not Aberration. We have turned off the moon. But good news, tomorrow's team gets to turn on the moon. Blueberry's already technically turned on the moon. But now, you know. And yeah, that was today's game. I hope everybody had a good time. I had a good time. No, you can play a treasure map for tomorrow's game, absolutely, Vanex. Also, thank you all for buying cards so much. Thank you for like donating. You guys like, thank you, just like you're really helping us out. Absolutely, love it. I hope you guys like the new cards. I think they're really cool. And yeah, I'm gonna go lay down. My head hurts. So, wait. Did anybody play? Cass? Did you say that you had a mining for fish, or that did you want to play?
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah. I was gonna play that.
Okay. In the future, I'll ask you to play it in the scene, like in the one that you want to do it in.
Okay.
But like, where would you have played that card? Like, was there anything that you really enjoyed that you want?
Definitely the I wouldn't say some kind of material from the obsidian coffin area.
Crystal coffin, the obsidian
crystal
coffin. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
crystal coffin. Sorry,
yeah.
I saw that and I.
No, absolutely, I get you. For sure. Yeah, so add a moon crystal to the things that you have. It is currently full of information that you cannot read. But also, it's off, so maybe when we turn the moon back on, it'll light up again.
Alright.
And with that, I'm good to go. Anybody have any last minute questions before we end? Because I do realize I forget to answer all of your questions sometimes.
No.
Good talk, everybody. So tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But not on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm napping. So thank you all so much, and goodbye forever. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye forever.
Bye.